we're going to make something special, and I'm between these two genius cooks.
What a compliment.
And I'm the Vanna White of cooking salads.
Definitely going to be putting you to work too.
And
So-
here I go.
so
And Jeremy, go for it
we
while
make
I'm
these,
showing
Olivia?
off these vegetables.
Can you tell from the ingredients what we're going to make?
Whatever could be.
So we're going to make some, these. We're going to use these.
Vegetables.
We're making nachos.
We're
right?
making nachos. I had ulterior motives.
Super
I love
fun because
nachos.
all the ingredients you could basically get from the Incredible Food Shop.
Absolutely, yep. Kentucky Proud nachos. Who would have thought?
With the exception of one, because, well, actually, you might be able to find this there. Who knows? Go and find out. It's a surprise. But we're going to make house-made chorizo.
Awesome.
And, chorizo is pretty popular nowadays. So is, all Mexican cuisine.
That would be sausage, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a homemade sausage. Now, typically, I'll go to the grocery and just get some ground pork, or you go to the farmer's market and get some ground pork from your local farmer. At the restaurant, we just take about a pound of pork shoulder for about a quarter pound of fat back, and we can run it through a grinder. So if you have one of those at home, I suggest doing it. The results are that much better.
A pound of shoulder, quarter pound of fat.
Pound of fat
Nice.
back. Yep.
Okay.
So it's a good ratio. It's that 80-20 or 80-25 really is what it.
Yeah.
People can
A
get
little
that
extra.
at their local.
Yeah, you can buy that, but go to the farmer's market and get a package of ground pork. Their
Yeah.
ratio is going to be right on. That's the way to go. So a few rules when I do a sausage like this is I like to toast the spices. So for chorizo, I get a pan nice and it's pretty toasty already, and it's dry. There's nothing in there. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of chili powder,
Excellent.
and then
Oh man, I can smell it right away. Yep.
cayenne, black pepper, about a tablespoon.
We might get a sneeze there.
And then
you're
about
killing
a
me. Why don't you?
tablespoon of cumin. And we're going to just kind of roll
Man, that
this
smells
around
good.
Good already, right?
Yeah.
with a wooden
And you do
spoon.
it dry.
Yeah, do it dry. And see those whiffs of smoke that are already kind of smelling great?
Oh, it
That's
does
what you
smell
want.
great.
You don't really want to brown it or blacken it, but a good 20-30 seconds in here
Okay.
is all it takes, and it makes it just a really pungent.
Oh, it smells so good already. Yum.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the spices go into the ground pork.
I am a chorizo lover, Jeremy, and I have to say I have not made my own chorizo. So, confession, now I am
When
learning.
you taste this, will be the only way you go from now, and it's so easy too. So those spices are in the pork. Now to this, I'm going to use a chipotle adobo. Now, if you guys open those cans of chipotles, that sauce that's in there, that's what you really want, is that sauce, which is typically tomato and paprika and cinnamon and lots of oregano and onion.
Can you find this in a grocery store already done, or do you need to do that?
You can. You can
okay.
find this. If you buy a can of chipotle peppers, you're going to find this sauce or this stuff around the pepper.
That's what those peppers are
And people
swimming
don't really
in.
use it. You
Oh,
use the
it's
peppers
so
just
good.
for the sauce, but I want the sauce, right? So a good
Okay.
tablespoon of that, a good maybe quarter cup of sherry vinegar.
Ooh, I wouldn't have thought vinegar goes in chorizo.
And it usually
It's an
doesn't
amazing
unless
thing.
you're talking
I've
about
even
the
learned
Mexican
this.
versions. The South American versions usually have a vinegar, whereas the Spanish versions or Portuguese are dry cured and they don't have the liquid. So a good one jalapeno seeded and minced goes in there as well.
This is going to be the freshest, greenest chorizo.
Right.
I mean, the ones I've purchased have never had anything green like that in them.
Yeah.
So
Well, see,
this
that's
is
what I
great.
like about the contrast, the dry spices and dried herbs
Yep.
versus fresh.
All the fresh ingredients.
So a good, I'd say half cup of cilantro in there too. So all we have to do now is mix it up really well, and it's going to look familiar, kind of like the normal chorizo you're used to in the store, except for it has
Now,
the nice bright
chorizo, you said, is spicy, obviously. It's got a lot of cayenne, all
I
that kind of
forgot,
stuff.
we have to add salt, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A good tablespoon of
And
that.
there's a lot of other versions of sausage, and you can buy some of this actually already done in the,
You can absolutely buy this done.
probably even at farmers markets, where
But-
people have already done some of this.
I encourage you to take this recipe that's flashing up on the screen or at foodnewsandchews.com and try this out once. You're not going to be disappointed. So
Yes.
into the skillet, fry it
Yum.
up a little bit.
Crumble it up
Minimal oil because there's plenty of fat already in
in the
that
pork.
pork.
That's why we love pork. It's the best meat, I think.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Bacon, yes.
that's going to sizzle away. I'm going to sit here and stir
Listen
it
to
and
that.
play with it
Awesome.
while Bridget gets her ingredients.
right.
Yes. So nachos is all about assembly. It's so easy. There's nothing crazy happening here. But we do have Kentucky Proud tortilla chips, which is very exciting. There is a lovely woman growing heirloom white corn and then turning it into chips.
This is all
So we've got
Kentucky
these
stuff.
really nice, crunchy, salty chips.
Oh, nice.
And this is how I always do nachos at home. Nachos in our
Sort of
house.
spread out.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know
Not
what?
fancy.
Single layer. Nachos in our house are never never a snack, they're always a meal. So it's one of those things where we really do kind of clean out the refrigerator, empty out the vegetable crisper. So we'll do a ton of veggies, but I just want to start with plenty of cheese. And this is, again, a local cheese. We've got so many good Kentucky cheeses, and this one, is it spicy, Sylvia?
Oh, yeah.
It's a habanero white cheddar, so I think this is perfectly appropriate for nachos.
Oh,
but we just have so much.
That.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that is
You
good.
can get this at the Incredible Food Show. Just a lot of creativity happening with a lot of our food crafters.
With habanero cheese and this chorizo.
I know. Maybe I'll take it easy on the pepper side. So then I just shoot these into an oven, 375 degrees. You just want to warm the chips and melt the cheese a little bit.
Sounds great. Sounds good. Hey, we ought to mention, Jeremy, that at the Incredible Food Show, not only can you get food and samples, but you can actually get stuff to do it with, like these.
Yeah.
There's plenty of craftsmanship there. And yeah, if you can find one of the, like a homemade kitchen spoon, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And also like cast iron skillets when we get done with our milling. Well, you know, we're
Go over to the cast iron skillet man.
Cornbread in a cast iron skillet.
Totally.
You know what you're supposed to do?
That is so what you're supposed to do.
My dad always
With
said.
some pork product. You need some bacon grease down at the bottom of that cast iron skillet.
Wow.
But yes, and there's also cutting boards, and it really is a great place to buy gifts. I get a ton of my holiday gift giving and get a lot of Christmas presents, stocking stuffers, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, because, you know, like, you can get all this great food, but I guess you need stuff to do it with.
Exactly.
This is a really good idea. You know, okay, trying or cooking local, cooking Kentucky proud, and this is like a smorgasbord of really good Kentucky ingredients all in one dish.
That smells
And fresh things, prepared items.
Kentucky, right?
I just love nachos. Again, I had ulterior motives. I just wanted to make the nachos.
Now, Bridget, when you do all of this, do you put all of these things in there?
Yeah,
Like,
so you could throw these, Sylvia, on just raw.
We have do like anything, couldn't you?
We have fresh corn, and we've got tiny tomatoes that we'll put on raw, and then I've just got a little bit of red onion going, along with I'll cut some of the corn off the cob, and then also these really nice hot banana peppers.
Oh wow. I could eat those just
a little bit of everything. But you could also treat this kind of like a taco salad, and if you wanted to, put some lettuce on there, black beans.
I was,
super
nachos
versatile.
have really come into their own. You know, it's like you, at one time, people didn't do nachos on a regular basis, and now it's kind of become mainstream, sort of like.
So nachos, so we have to have beer, right?
Yes, nachos and beer are like a match made in heaven.
Right, so there is going to be like a craft beer section, I think?
There is. There's a craft beer section. Also, the wineries will be there pouring wine. And what's really cool is within that craft beer and wine section, there are also going to be little seminars. And I know a lot of people, just like you said, Jeremy, we're learning more about our food, but we also want to learn more about our drink. And I think that's happening there as well.
And how those kind of things come together.
Totally.
Would be great. And people will be carrying big bags full of this stuff. Oh, yummers.
So super simple, nothing fancy here.
You know, because the smells of these things are just wonderful.
You guys, you gotta check this stuff out.
How's it going?
That looks so good, and it cooks so quickly.
Yeah, it's prime time. Yeah, no, that's serious stuff.
Oh, wow, I can't wait to see all this combined.
So really nothing too crazy happening. And again, these are, you know, these fun little tips you just pick up about using local items and making your own chorizo. You know, fresh salsas. We've got a really nice fresh salsa here, but there are tons of salsa vendors, hot sauce vendors, a lot of things that you can incorporate.
I mean, you know, that's a big thing, you know.
Yeah,
And all of that. Okay, oh, how'd you do?
Give it a check.
I get some.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Our quality control, I love it. Should I grab the chips out of the oven? I think it's time.
Well, that is good. That is good. I'm loving these spices.
Aha! We have meltiness.
Wow.
Really doesn't take much.
Richard,
We just
I'm
want to warm the
excited to
chips
see
a little.
how you do this, though. Do you put the...
It's a free-for-all. Ooh, thank you.
It is not for the weary either.
Oh,
No.
see? And this is what I love is that we didn't have to season everything because that has so much flavor. And so every element will have so much, but I think the chorizo is going to carry the weight.
All right, now what?
You want to go meat on next?
Yeah, meat on next.
Not going to be shy about this either.
Beautiful. It is spicy and so well seasoned.
Yeah,
Nice.
I urge you guys to try this recipe at home.
Woo!
Oh, that looks so good.
And then I love to put it on a tray like this because then we just stand around the kitchen and then you could crack open a couple beers and then you just eat right off of the tray. celery.
I love it.
So then veggies go on.
There'll be people at the Incredible Food Show be going
Yummy.
behind the curtains.
Man, don't threaten me with a good time.
Jeremy, do you want to hit this with a little bit of
Totally do that.
this fresh salsa? So this is an uncooked salsa, nice and fresh.
The way
You
I
could
like
throw
it.
some tomatoes on there.
Yeah, and then some of those little cherry tomatoes.
And then the other thing is sour cream, which I always just tuck this into a little
Now you're
baggie.
killing me.
Da-da-da-da.
That is perfect.
Here we go. Even distribution, globs and globs. Maybe cut the hole a little bit smaller, but it's
Man, these
fine.
are funky.
Oh, this makes me wish I could cook.
But you can. This was all about
actually, this is
assembly.
easy. Yeah.
It is easy, and it's a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves this.
Yeah.
Big time.
Throw on some fresh tomatoes. You could put cilantro,
Football season, whatever.
more red onion. Da-da-da-da.
Oh,
I mean, you
love
can't go
it.
wrong. Really, chips and cheese. The extras are just an added bonus.
Okay, when's the taste testing?
No.
Right now.
Okay. Ooh, I want
grab
one.
Bridge?
Bridget,
Hop in.
get in,
Oh,
honey.
you go ahead. You all go ahead.
Fair.
All right, Sylvia, cheers. Then wait for me.
It's just so hard to get one loaded with everything. What's the verdict?
This is delicious. I know I missed oil in the vegetables. I gotta get some of those.
These are spoon and fork nachos.
All right, so anyway, that's what you get. To get more information about the Incredible Food Show, go to foodnewsandchews.com and come and join us. And
We would love to see you there. I love that
I
day.
was saying heirloom corn. Just takes you back in time. You know, so you haven't tasted a corn chip or corn or grits or anything unless you've used that.
that pepper is so
They're heritage nachos, Jeremy.
Well, I'm diving in. You guys,
All right, we'll see you
We're gonna eat
next time.
Yeah, and we'll see you at the food
All right,
show.
see you at the food show.
Food News and Chews is brought to you by these proud sponsors. Alltech, helping farmers feed the world. Azure Restaurant and Patio, worldly influenced, locally inspired. Sullivan University, offering higher education for people with higher goals. Azure Catering, catering the most important events, yours. Critchfield Meats, fresh, high-quality, all-natural meats, guaranteed.